If you guys are looking to get into real estate investing, today I'm gonna highlight why buying a house is a very bad idea. Okay, now first of all, I can speak on this because I'm a full-time real estate investor. I've done this business full-time for the last 7 years and I still make house profits every single week. But I have kind of heard some of the complaints that you all have about how I'm making profits and what goes behind it. So today I figured I'd lay it on the line for you and actually tell you all the bad things about buying a house. Let's get into it. What's up guys, it's your boy Sawan Belcher. This is me taking action right here on YouTube and Instagram. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and like and subscribe so videos like this can pop up in your feed more. Every week we're spitting game on real estate, of how you can make as much money as you want during a 30-day period of time while you cherry pick the very best houses for yourself. So if you haven't already, go over to thisismetakinaction.com, download that free purchase agreement that we've bought hundreds of houses with. This will allow you to get control of property so that way you can make this real estate back. Now, as I've been posting over the years, I'll always get all of this feedback because I never see anything as negative, which is, kind of like a good and bad thing. I'm that person that just pushes forward no matter what. But some of these complaints and some of these comments are valid. So I figured I'd go ahead and break down the bad things about, buying houses. You're gonna end up making a lot of money, okay? And the first thing we think about with money is like, hey, that's great, but there's also a lot of tax implications when it comes, to making a lot of money. So on one hand, yes, we can make $100,000 in the deal. Okay, I'm doing that next month. On the other end, we got to pay taxes about that. Now, some people will use this as an excuse not to move forward because they're going to make a lot of money. They're going to owe taxes. So they'll just stop and say, I'm not going to do it because of that. I want to address that for you and say that it's okay. Okay. All the things that you know about money, you really need to reprogram yourself, because when you make a lot of money, the tax code benefits the business owner. So you can do things like putting it in an LLC or a business name. So that way you can pay your expenses first and then pay taxes after that. By structuring business in a business way, LLC, EIN, and running everything to your business and paying yourself a salary monthly, you can now almost manage your revenue, on paper through depreciation, through expenses and loss, so that way you pay less in taxes, and a lot of cases with real estate, nothing in taxes. Well, the next bad thing I hear or see in real estate, that there's a lot of freaking work to do. Well, I agree with that. I was actually watching a video last night with Kim McElroy, and it was amazing. I love watching these billionaire real estate guys do their thing because it's inspirational for me. And, he said that he has over 20,000 doors, but he only spends about 30 minutes to 2 hours a week in that particular real estate business. And the way he's able to do it is he leverages people and software in order to take care of things for him. Now, because of the first problem, we make a lot of money. And because it is a lot of work, we can delegate some of those funds to hire people to help us. So whenever we talk about marketing to sellers and all the different marketing strategies, cold calling and list pulling, skip tracing and objection handling via text messages and buying phone numbers so you don't pop up as spam, those things can be delegated. Is it a lot of work? Absolutely. But can work be trainable so you can train someone else to run or operate certain things for you? Absolutely. And some people will just shut down because it takes a lot of work and be okay with, I'm just going to clock in for my $15 an hour, because that doesn't take a lot of brain power that doesn't take a lot of delegation. I hope this is going to encourage you to not do that, to take the risk. Okay, enjoy the work. Another thing that pop up in one of my shorts, when it comes to buying land and real estate, is they say, well, you can buy that house or you can buy that apartment or you can buy that land. I wanted to do the same thing, but you'll never own it. And I'm just like, what? What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. But I kind of understand what they're saying. When they say that you'll never own it, it means that when you buy a property, you're typically going to buy it with a mortgage. So you have to pay a monthly payment every month. And on top of the mortgage every month, you also have to pay taxes every year, even if the house's mortgage is paid off. So it's almost like you don't own it. But I want to share with you that this is not a bad thing, guys. The difference between being a renter, because that's what they're explaining, okay, and being an owner is equity. Okay, when you own something, it doesn't mean that you don't have to pay anything on it monthly. It doesn't mean that you don't have to give your fair share to your city or county. No, what it means is you now have control over an asset, and as it builds equity, you can now sell, refinance, or rent it out and be able to draw money from it. Okay, that rental mentality is what they have, that you'll never own it. That's a rent mentality. You can't get rent money back in any form or fashion. Okay, but as an owner, even though you do have to pay a mortgage, interest, taxes, and insurance, you now get to have control and rent that property out to cover those costs. You now can pay taxes, but good news is you now have equity. You may have a mortgage, but oh well, you have an opportunity to make money, build up a network behind yourself, and have something to leverage or sell whenever you need money. For instance, I bought a property in 2020, okay, for $105,000. And on July 31st, I got the closing set up and I'm selling it for $260,000. Right now, I owe $95,000. So you do the math. That property right there, even though I've had a mortgage every month, even though I've had taxes and insurance every month and maintenance, I'm still making money monthly, and I still will make a big profit when I go to sell at the end of next month. It's going to be an oh happy day. You know, even though there's obstacles that come up in real estate, don't let those things, stop you or hinder you from taking control. Now, the last thing that I can't stand about real estate investing is you have to deal with people. And everybody says this, well, you have to manage these toilets, and somebody can call you at midnight, and then you have to go deal with it, or you're gonna have all of this maintenance. You're absolutely gonna have a lot of maintenance on a lot of houses. That's the benefit of having 50, 60, 100 houses. You got a lot of maintenance. Okay, like I said, the first thing we can do with that maintenance is we can provide a job. You, as a job provider in the United States, get so many benefits. Not just tax benefits, but you also get healthcare benefits. You also get grant benefits. You get so many different benefits of being an employer in the United States. And that is a proud thing to be. Secondly, when it comes to your taxes, of course, if you make $100,000 and you had to pay your guys, to do work, you don't pay taxes on that money. But at your W-2 job, when you bring home $1,000 and you have to pay the dry cleaner or your cleaner to help you clean the house, you're still taxed on the $1,000, not in a business. Okay, so you need to think about these things as you're limiting yourself on not taking action on your future wants. Let me give you an example. We have this four-wheeler to go around the acreage, and I mean, you can't have acreage and not have a four-wheeler. I mean, nobody wants to walk around 20 acres, or some of my family members or friends, they have 40 acres. You don't want to walk around that. Over Father's Day, my wife was asking me what I wanted to do, and I was just like, she was like, you want to go to the movies? I was like, nah, I don't want to go to the movies. We literally went out here in our yard on the four-wheeler. I got a water trailer so I can water my plants on the other side of the property. And my kids was riding on the trailer as I'm on the four-wheeler. And I'm like, this is the dopest thing ever. I never got that experience to do. I never got that experience to do until we went on like a field trip at school, to a pick and pull or something, and my kids get that experience on the daily. So you can create those kind of experience that you want yourself to have, your wife, your family, or anybody else, when you have the tools to do those and put those together. And despite the hardship of making a lot of money and the responsibilities that come with it and how much work it takes, and also having to pay taxes and participate with the government, there's also huge benefits as well. So would you like the problems of being poor, or would you like the problems of being rich? Either way, you got to decide. We'll see you guys on the next one.